Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am starting a new campaign of 2d6 Realm. Now if you're following my other videos, you're probably already saying, hey Jim, you're already doing a 2d6 Realm game. That's true. I'm doing a 2d6 Realm / 2d6 dungeon game with a hero called Saragar. However, I want to start a new one, and I'm going to continue with Saragar until he dies or retires. I want to start a new one for a lot of reasons. One, I have learned a lot of mistakes, a lot of rules I made early on in that other campaign that I don't want to make in this one. So I'm starting fresh because I want people who are trying to learn this game to see. I mean, I'm still going to make mistakes, but hopefully I don't make as many. The other thing is I'm starting a 2d6 dungeon only game with one hero. It won't be any realm content. In this game, I want to use the 2d6 Realm book as much as possible and really only head to the dungeon when I need to for like some gold coins to like pay taxes. So what that means is my hero is going to be starting right here in his homestead. And by the way, my hero's name is Fedriss. He's a level 1. He has a great axe. He got a padded tunic. And he's got his standard potion of health and 3 rations, and he is getting ready to start. So in this game, if you have the book, turn to page 12, and it describes the things you can do on a turn. Now here's where I made mistakes in my previous campaign. You can do one of these 6 things in a round. There are 6 rounds in a turn. And each round, you get to pick one of these. Some can be done as many as you like. Some can only be done once per turn. I was basically working my whole way through it every round. And that wasn't right. So I'm going to set the record straight by doing it right this time. And there are 6 things you can do. You can explore a new plot of land. Each one of these squares is a plot, one plot. You can begin construction of a building or upgrading a building. You can explore a discovered site. For example, if you're out exploring, you might discover a cave or an abandoned building or something, and you can choose later to go back and investigate it. And it runs kind of like a mini dungeon. You can visit the High Actuary, which is when you want to dispute land. You're going to be trying to claim land around your homestead as you branch out. Sometimes land is owned by other people, and you can go and dispute that. You can explore the dungeon, meaning you can go into the dungeon once per turn. So once you're down there, and you come back out, you skip the visit town and you go to the next turn or the next round. So let's go ahead, and what I want to do is I want to really get the lay of the land around me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explore a new plot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this one to my left. And to do that, the steps are on page 13 under Explore a New Plot. The first thing you do is you roll to see what type of land it is, and that's done on table TLAT1, and I've already flagged it here. It's on page 178, and there are a lot of them. There are 36 of them, as a matter of fact. And you roll 2 dice, and you need a primary and a secondary. My primary is my green, my secondary is my red. I rolled a 6-5, and then you consult the chart, and it's by dice face. 6-5 is Woodlands. And it is an area, and it's a rank 3. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to zoom in here. As you explore, you're going to keep track of the exploration. This is my first exploration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box up in the upper right corner. I'm going to write the number 1, and then I'm going to write the tag of the land. Now this was Woodlands, and it's a W-O. And it's an area. So there are 3 types of lands. There are unique, which is just one plot, one square. There's area, which can be multiples. And there's strings, which run through. Kind of think of a river or a road or something like that. So it's a woodland and it's an area. Now, before I go and see what's on this land, I have to do the area portion of it. And the way that works is, if you roll a land, or an area, you have to see how big it is. So the first thing you do is you roll a d6 and you add this. This is the number of additional squares on top of the original. 2. So there will be 3 plots. If you roll 5 or more, there's a table for really big plots. But I only rolled a 3, so I won't be doing the 5 plot or higher table. So for these 2, It says place as many of them touching the original as possible. Okay, so here's one. I'm going to put 2 here and 3 here. And all the land have symbols, and these are on page 19 or 20, depending on whether you want simple art or crazy art. Woodland, W-O, is little trees. So we're going to put a bunch of little trees on here. And later I'm going to go back and actually, I draw terrible. I'm going to go back and add the actual art to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just using the tool here to copy, and then I'm going to paste it in that square and this square. All right, so now I have 3 plots of land, and we're not done yet. Go back to page 13. And after you have done the area, after you've done that, you have to do what's called encounter it. That's like you're exploring it and you have an encounter. To do that, you're going to start on page 69. Yeah, page 69. These are in alphabetical order. They're all the different land types with a table. Now here's abandoned dwelling. I told you they're in alphabetical, so abandoned. So I need to go all the way to the end, which is woodland, which is probably at the very back. Ruin, stone circle, woodland. Here we go. Woodland. You roll 2d6 and you encounter the land. You add these. That is an 8. So let me turn the page. On an 8, I'll read it to you. This woodland is dense and you struggle to search the area. After some time, you penetrate to the heart of a site and are rewarded for your efforts as something stands long undiscovered in the center. The structure is a long barrow. You can explore it. There is nothing else here. Now, after each land, it tells you something about this type of land. The plot area will remain a woodland. Add in a long barrow icon into one of the plots. So a long barrow, just so you know, you can add houses and manors and things like that. And they are on page... Where are they? Here they are. They are on page... Well, the long barrow is something that says you can explore. That's not a building. Never mind. So I need to write that down. All right, so how do you do that? There are charts in this game. I'm gonna change a page. Here is the land log. Now this is if you claim land. There's another one if you don't claim the land. If you don't claim a land that you just explored, it's automatically given to someone, so it becomes owned by somebody else. But under the land log, you write the area. So this is 1 WO for woodland. It is an area. Its size was 3. The rank, if you looked on, I forgot to make note of that, but on the woodland description, it tells you the rank, and the rank of the woodland is 3. So you write that in here, and then you multiply these. 3 times 3 is 9. I will have to pay 9 silver coins in taxes at the end of the turn because I own this. So it's woodland, and there is a long barrow that I can explore. Remember I said you could explore like caves or mini dungeons? Here's something we can explore. So what I'll do is I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to, let's put it down here. There is a long barrow. All right. And it says there's building modifiers. There are some excellent resources. Building costs 5 gold pieces less to build. So if I want to build houses here, they're going to cost 5 gold. I think they cost 10 for a house. So it's going to cost me only 5 to put houses here. Houses attract families. Families attract workers, things like that. All right, so that is the woodland. Let's go back to page 13 real quick. I encountered the land. It's not more than 5 plots, so I don't have to worry about that. And that is my action for this turn. So remember, this is months, and there are 6 turns in a month. So now we're going to go to round number 2. There are 6 rounds in a month. You pay your taxes once a month. Let's go ahead and keep exploring. This is fun. Let's go, I want to explore over here. So I'm going to draw a box. I'm going to write number 2, and we're going to do this again. We're going to go to TLAT 1. We'll roll 2d6. 3-3. 3-3 is a Heathland. H-E. 2-H-E. It is an area, and its rank is 2. So once again, we have an area here. Let's roll for how big it is. Okay. 4 plus 1 is 5. So now we have a 5 area. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do these 5. And let's go back, because remember, since it's a larger one, it says you only need to tag the top right corner of the first one. I've done that. If the plot area is 5 squares or larger, then you also roll on 5 PT1 after you roll on the land type encounter. So I haven't encountered it yet. We just rolled, but I also have to see if it's owned. Remember? 3 to 6, it's not. It is not. So I will claim it. Now we do the encounter. So we'll go to land table. We'll go to Heathland, which is on page 88. It says rank 2 area cannot be built on. You can't build houses on it. Okay. Let's roll and see what's here. That is an 11. An 11 is, you spend some time searching the area when you spot something hidden under a thick clump of gorse bushes. You find that someone has been storing small crates in the area. But before you can search them, you disturb a hidden creature. Fight a level-appropriate crowned gorlatu. If you survive, you search the crates and find they're full of silver plates and goblets. The total haul will be worth 5d6 plus 30 gold. Well, that would set me paying my taxes for a while. So let's find out what a crowned gorlatu is, because it may be too powerful for me to fight. These cards are in alphabetical order. You don't have to buy the cards. They come in this book. So if you buy the PDF of this, the cards are all right. Well, where are they? Right here. See them? You can print them out and sleeve them, and you have them. A crowned gorlatu. I have a bad feeling about this. I bet it's going to be powerful. There are 3 crowned gorlatus. Level 3, level 6, and level 9. The level 3 only has 14 health. I have 10. That's not... it blocks on primary 2s and 4s, which is good. And I do have a health potion. Let's do it. Let's fight it. All right, so I'm fighting the level 3 gorlatu. So we're going to switch over to combat now. I'm going to go back to my character. He has 10 health. His moves are chop. I'll write these down. Chop and an incisive heft. The chop will hit on a 3-3. That's primary, secondary. And the heft will hit on a 6-4. This does d6 minus 1, and this does d6 plus 3. The crowned gorlatu has 14 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And what did I say? It blocks on primary 2s, which is not my primary hit. My primaries are 3 and 6.
Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and let me interrupt this video for about 30 seconds to let you know about my new Patreon. It's just $2 a month, and all of my patrons get access to all of my videos that normally appear on YouTube, but they get them a week earlier than normal. I also have a number of games that I play privately that only my patrons have access to. In addition, once a week, we do a live miniature painting session. You come online with me and we paint and chat. I also do a once a month live chat session. We talk about anything and everything. If this sounds of interest to you, check the video description below. There's a link to my Patreon. Like I said, it's just $2 a month, and what those extra funds allow me to do is make more videos, and that's what I want to do. So I hope you'll consider joining me as a patron, and now let's get back to the video.
And it also blocks on primary 4, so it will not be blocking on any of my attacks. We need to remove this because now we're moving into combat. And I have a special card from the 2d6 dungeon game, which tracks combat. So we're at 2-1, and I'll put a 1 here for combat round number 1. I'm going to go ahead and roll to attack. I rolled a 1-5 with 2 shift. I could get this to a 3, but I can't get to that, and I miss. By the way, I have a healing potion, and I may use it. It rolls a 3-2, and it has how much? It has 1 shift also. So with 1 shift, it cannot turn this into a, it can turn this into a 2, but it can't get this to a 6, and it certainly can't get this to a 6. By the way, I'll put the card up on the screen so you'll be able to follow along. All right, round number 2, I strike. I'll re-roll that. A 5-2. With 2 shift, I could get this to a 4, but I can't get that to a 6. I could also get this down to a 3, but not that to a 3, so I miss. It strikes with a 3-1. Once again, with 1 shift, it cannot get this to a 2-6 or a 6-4. It misses. Turn number 3, I rolled a 2-3. Okay, here we go. With my shift, I will turn this. I only need 1 point of my 2 shift to turn this to a 3. And I hit on a 3-3. Where's the 3? I hit on a 3-3 at d6 minus 1 damage. It does not block on the 3, so I do 5 minus 1. I do 4 damage to it. All right. It swings at me. 4-4. Okay, here we go. Now it still has 1 shift, so it cannot turn this to a 6, and it can't get this to a 6, so it misses. We are on now turn number 4, and we all get a bonus 1 shift. It's like we're getting tired and we're getting, you're getting clumsy. It gets easier to hit you. I rolled a 6-1. With 3 shift, I can turn this to a 4, and a 6-4 is my big hit. It's a heft. It does d6 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am done. And it swings at me with a 4-3. Now with 2 shift, it could get this to a 6, but it can't get this to a 4. And with 2 shift, it could get this down to a 2, but not to a 6, so it misses. Turn number 5, we both get 2 bonus shift. I rolled a 2-3 again. Now I've got 4 shift, which could get this to a 6, but not to a 4. So I'm going to have to settle for a 3-3, which is d6 minus 1, and it does no damage. It attacks me with a 3-6. With its shift, it could make this a 2-6. I don't block on a primary 2. I block on a primary 5. I don't know how that got changed. And it does d6 minus 1 damage. It does 3, so I'm down to 7 health. All right. We are now at turn number 6, and we get 3 shift. And I swing. And I got a 6-3. I'll change this to a 6-4, which does d6 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5, and it only has 1 health left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It attacks me with a 3-2. With 4 shift, it can get this to a 6, but it can't get this to a 4. It can get this to a 2 with 1 of them, and then it has 3 left, and it can only get that to a 5. It misses. And now we're at turn number 7. We still get the 3 bonus. Yeah, so let's go ahead and I'll attack again. I got a 4-3, and now with 5 shift, I could change this to a 6 and this to a 4. I can't do less than 1 point. 2 plus 3 is 5, and I defeat the crowned Gorla-2. Now, not only do I get a bag of feathers for my effort, that's its treasure if you look at the card, I get 50 XP. So 50. And at 100, you go to level 2. So I'm already halfway there. But more importantly, because I defeated it, let's go back to the book. Because I defeated it, it says I get 5d6 1, 2, 3, 4. 5d6 plus 30 gold. This couldn't have happened at a better time. 10, 15, 20. 20 plus 30 is 50 gold. Nice. So plus 50 gold. And now I can pay my taxes. All right, but we're not done. Remember, after I did the encounter, I have to go roll on that large 5, what was it? What did it call? The 5 PT1. If you ever can't find a table, in the back of the book is all the tables in alphabetical order. So here is 5 PT, 5 plots or more, page 158. I come over to page 158. And it's another table where you're going to roll, it's spread over 2. Actually, it's spread over more than that. It's spread over 3 or 4 pages. Roll your green, your primary and your secondary. I rolled a 1-6. A 1-6. You run into a man with a pick resting on his shoulder called Gumph. He is looking for some stone to construct a lookout tower for his landowner. Add tower quest. If you can get together a cartload and send it over to them, then you complete the quest and gain 50 gold. Stone can only be taken from land you own, and it must be of notable quality, not stone from old ruins. So basically what it's doing, this is kind of where you tell a story. It's if I can find some land that might have a stone structure on it that I could disassemble, I could take that to him. But it says you can't use stone from old ruins. So I either need to find some land that would be good for quarrying, and I'm sure there's some land like that. Let's take a look. Probably old quarry. There you go. An old quarry would give it. Or a rocky stone wall. There you go. A stone wall would work. All right. That was kind of cool. So let's go ahead and do some record keeping here. I got 50, how much XP? Yeah, 50 XP. And I'll come over here and I've got 50 gold, so I'll just put 50 gold in here. And for the plot of land, it was 5. And remember, the symbol for that for Heathland is, I can't remember. Heathland is little V's with a line under them. Ooh, okay. So let me just do that real quick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this and cut and paste it. I don't know why it won't let me do that. All right, let's copy this, copy, and I'll just paste it in here, all these 5 squares. And that will allow me to quickly draw my map. And by the way, what I'll do, I'll try to remember at the end of the video, I'll post a photo of my map that's been sort of like updated with good graphics and color and stuff like that. All right, so I didn't discover anything except for the gold coins or the silver and stuff like that, and I found this man, but I need to put that in here so I don't forget. So we're going to go here and we're going to write 2H, was it H-E? Heathland. It was H-E, 2H-E. It was an area of 5, and its rank was 2, yeah. And so that means 10 silver. And I got the stone quest, was it? I think it was the stone quest. I'll look it up. Stone quest. And remember, it says no buildings, no building. All right, there's 100 building points, but I can't use them, and there are 100 here, but I haven't built anything yet. All right, let's go back to page 13. We did the 5 plot thing, and now we start a new turn. So let me move this card. It was 2-1. So we're back to 2-1, and now we go to turn number 3. Let's keep exploring. I love this part of the game where you can go out and see what's around. I'm going to go up top. So up here, I'm gonna draw a square. We're going to see what's here. Roll 2d6. That's a 6-2. A 6-2 is a stone circle, and it is unique. Stone circle is SC. So I write in 3 SC. It's unique, so it's 1. Is it owned? It's not. Man, I'm getting lucky. So I will claim it. And let's see what the stone circle looks like. It's just a bunch of little stone circles. All right. So it looks like this. It's drawn some rocks. And I'll enter it in the log in just a second. But let's go ahead and see the land table. So stone circle, rocky, ruin, shrubs, stone circle. Rank 3, unique. We roll 2d6. That is a 4. That's a 6. Excuse me. As you approach the stone circle, you see a fire has been lit in the center of it. Dancing around the flames are lightly dressed young men and women. One calls, inviting you to join with them. As if caught in a current of magical energy you cannot resist, they tie flowers around your waist and neck. Someone begins to chant and the night slips away. You wake up laying against one of the stones, your clothing discarded. Roll a d6. All right, I don't like where this is going. I rolled a 1. You notice a tattoo on your inner thigh. It shows a skull. Gain a corruption point. Okay. Good enough. What is this? C Murant 1. Murant 1, what is that? That's minor. That's a rune. Never mind, that's for something else. Okay, so this corruption point. So your land, your land can gain corruption, or it can be well. It can be healthy. It's called wellness. And in this way, I have a negative. I have a minus. I have, what did it say? It says, gain 1 corruption point. Oh, the corruption points are different. Okay, so there's this magic in the land that's called like weak magic, I believe is what that's called. And it can corrupt you. You can actually get too much of it, and it can do weird, bad things to you. So if you're interested, I'm not going to read it right now, but if you're interested, it is on page 33, corruption. So I have a corruption point. So I'll have to make a note of that somewhere. Let's just write it in. +1 corruption point on my character. So +1 corruption. There's probably a place to record that, but I'll figure it out later. So at 7 points of corruption, bad things start to happen. At 10, at 8, at 9, at 10. So I've got 1 already, and we don't like that. I don't know if there's a way to get rid of it. I will read and find out, but we'll see. It's called low magic. That's what it is. All right, that we haven't recorded the land yet, so let's do that. Let's go up here. And we'll do 3 SC for stone circle. It is unique. It was a rank 3, wrong one. It was a rank 3, size 1. Rank 3, size 1, rank 3. So I will owe 3 silver. I got +1 corruption on it. And I forgot. The stone circle, can I build on this land? Let's see. I forgot to read what it actually said after I rolled. The plot remains a stone circle. The baseland is grassland with a size of 40. So it is grassland. Okay. And by the way, there's nothing, it doesn't say anything about you can't build on it. So it's got a size of 40, which means I can build a little bit on it. All right, that is enough for this game. I try to keep these under 30 minutes, so I'll be back in the next episode and we'll pick up right where we left off. We're at the end of round 3 in month 1. I'm down to 7 health. I got to figure out how to, visiting town will let me heal back up. But I did quite a bit. I managed to investigate 3 areas of land, and that's pretty cool. I hope you like this. If you do and you're interested, I'll put some links in the video description below where you can find the game. This is 2d6 Realm. It does require 2d6 dungeon, this rule book, but this is mostly for the combat. This is what you need for the land exploration and stuff like that. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this new campaign of 2d6 Realm. I'll be back very soon with the next episode. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.